It was in 1993 that a war broke out in a small village in South Sudan called Pariang. And then as people were moving, running to the other neighbor village, this lady named Majak found a baby crying, a baby almost 2 to 3 months. So she took me in, named me Adil, meaning in Sudanese, crying. I chewed meaning the bird, because the bird were flying. So this is how I ended up being in the camp.
I fled from the Somali civil war. That was early 1991, and I came to Kenya as a refugee.
I was actually living with my parents, and then when I was 8, I was taken by my aunt. And when the civil war broke, I had to go with her, and that's how I separated with them. So they went their way, we went our way.
What caused us to come into Kenya as refugee was the product that my father was a Hutu and my mom is a Tutsi. So for that reason, that union had a problem with the locals, because they would like, your father being a Hutu participated in the genocide.
The journey from South Sudan, it came in when we were attacked at Du County. That time, my mother used to carry me. If she felt tired, the brothers and sisters used to put me on wheelbarrow.
There was a protest or demonstration conducted by the Oromo students. We were around 12 teachers from the same school accused of inciting and organizing this student to protest against the government. We decided to cross the border, then seek asylum in Kenya.
From Rwanda to Tanzania, at that time we walked on foot. We kept sleeping in the bush until we reached Tanzania. In Tanzania, that's when we got a vehicle to Kenya.
There were no roads, there was no transport. It was difficult to get even a bicycle. So for me to have come to Kenya, I had to foot.
It reached a point we had to know about the whereabouts of our parents, but the only answer you get is we have no parents. We only know we had a family, a mother and a father who's our uncle.
What we experienced before, maybe in our country, it is still in our heads, and now when we are here in the camp, we still fear.
I would just say war is bad. It contributes to loss of life. And if we are talking of adults dying, then we are saying children are orphaned. Those who are school going will not continue with school. They will lose their shelter. They lose their property. They become homeless and they get displaced.
If war was to be given a second name, its second name would be suffering. War brings with it massive suffering of the society, strangulation of the economy, and disintegration of the social units that you have in the society.
It brings in a lot of hopelessness among the children. The women, for example, end up looking for solutions, sometimes from situations that would not have been the right places.
The impact of the war is devastation. It leads to dysfunction of families where people are either murdered in front of their own family members or raped, or most of those horrific acts which have long-term psychosocial consequences that take a very, very long time for any child to recover from, or even an adult for that matter.
A whole generation of the population is denied an opportunity to realize their full potential as human beings. There are no education opportunities.
Education requires a conducive environment. In a refugee camp, you know, there are so many things that are lacking. One, there is crowding, and even if education is being offered, the infrastructure is not right.
A lot of those refugee communities, opportunities for education are very low. Only 30% will go to secondary school, and to higher education, the percentage is about 1%.
Daffy program was started in 1992 and it's funded by the German government, and it is named after Albert Einstein. The main reason why it was set up was to address the challenge of tertiary education. The program has assisted over 500 beneficiaries, but globally by 2016 we had over 9,500 students in over 40 countries.
There is a system that is in place through partners that we have, implementing partners, and through colleagues here who specifically focus on managing and administering this fund to make sure that the resources that the students need for tuition and for other expenses are channeled towards them.
We get to identify students, refugees, who have actually sat for their high school certificate of education and meet the set academic criteria, the cut-off marks, and they are taken through a process of an interview to determine qualified candidates who meet the set criteria. And thereafter there's a placement process where, working very closely with the universities, we are able to place the students based on their preference in terms of the academic courses that they'd like to pursue.
The Window International conducted their selection for scholarship students. We usually take part as the panelist. This is basically to ensure that we don't have gaps or overlaps in regard to the students that we put on board. We also ensure that we also share our database in ensuring that we don't double support these students.
We go to the respective universities where the students have been enrolled. We talk to them and get to find out if they have any issues, if their allowances have been paid, or if they have any issue we need to address. They let us know and we are able to take it up.
We deal with so many programs, Daffy being one of them. UNHCR is a very big partner. And just like with other students, Kenyan students, we expect that they're going to be peaceful as they go on with their studies. We also expect that these scholars or these students, once they are through their scholarship, and they can contribute to their home countries. We've also given our international partners and other NGOs the leeway to open up schools inside the camps. So basically, we've given them the opportunity to be able to have that free atmosphere to learn.
We have a partnership agreement with the Window Trust International and the UNHCR for supporting these Daffy scholars who are enrolled in our university. We give them a waiver of tuition fees of 20% on that scholarship program. The MOU stipulates that we treat these students like Kenyans, so we don't charge them the international students' fee.
The refugee students are taken more or less like Kenyans in terms of access to education. They are supposed to do other activities beyond the programs that they came here for. We do have extra curriculums, we do have other activities concerning students, and they participate without any discrimination.
We have about 100 students who have benefited. All these students are doing technological courses. And assuming that there will be a completion rate of 85%, and Jomo Kenyatta is known for that, these students, as we said, from the training that they have received, they will certainly impact on various aspects of the society.
We work with Masinde Mulilo University is one of the universities. We have Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. We also have Kenyatta University, University of Nairobi. We look at those who have also studied in a very challenging context. For example, the schools in the refugee camp, the secondary schools, they are congested, and therefore we give a lot of opportunity to them, and we give them special consideration.
Daffy scholarship is one of the things that we use to motivate these learners. If this opportunity was available to Kenyan students, it is something that students would die for. If somebody is to pay for you your whole university fees, your whole subsistence while you're in college, it is a lucrative opportunity for them. And the learners actually realize it. The competition between the top students because usually they can be able to see maybe 8 to 10 learners are able to get this scholarship. The competition is high.
I would like to be a beneficiary to the DAFI fund because I want to have a good living. I want to have also self-reliance. I also want to get a good job.
Only Form 4 level is not enough education to me. I want to get that further education and to assist in the society.
There are so many students who have benefited from those opportunities. And some of them finished their educations and came back to the camp. Some are working as medical doctors and serving the community. Some went back to Somalia and now they are pursuing their leadership skills there. I'll try to learn those leadership skills and then lead my community later.
We get the Daffy scholarship students when they're on holiday. They come back to the camp here and they mentor our students. They talk to them, they enlighten them about career choice so that they can be able to qualify for the scholarship. They tell them what they did to get the scholarship.
The refugees themselves say education is the only takeaway thing from the refugee camps, and they are very proud when they are able to move from the camps to the campus. So that has given the refugees hope.
I finished in Kakuma Secondary in the year 2015. With the Daffy, it provides a full scholarship. I really appreciate Daffy for making me I pursue my education and my degree. I'm doing a disaster management course. With this, I need my country to have peace. I need them to be in peace. Then that's why I have to study this course at least to help them when I finish my course.
I had to apply for Daffy twice, just because I never had to give up, because the need for scholarship is still high in the campus. I have done my degree, and now that I'm very able and readily prepared to enjoy my professional, still I'm able again to give my service back to those who need my assistance for me, like my fellow refugees who are there back in the campus.
When I finished my high school, I was thinking I want to be something. Only high school is not enough for me. When the Daffy gave me the chance of continuing with my study, I believe I was going to meet my dreams.
The Daffy program currently, we have over 300 students, less than 1/3 are girls, and we need to address that holistically. We need to address it through the community. We need to explain to the parents, to the leaders that educating a girl is equally valid as educating a boy.
Some parents see their girls as an economic source. If they see an old man with enough money, they force the girl to marry. But they will not think the outcome. So girls will drop the school, then their life will end there.
What we've done is to have those remedial classes which are done over the weekend and over the holidays, and they specifically deal with the weak areas where the girls are having gaps, especially for the students who come from the camp schools. They have other things to do, whereas their counterpart, the boys, are busy doing their assignment, so they can't be on the same level.
We also practice affirmative action to support, for instance, the ladies. We give maybe a grade lower so that we are able to give more ladies to participate.
The number of students in our secondary school, currently we are talking of a population of over 7,000. When we are going to have 4 months on board, we are having 10,000 students in 5 schools. Now if you go to the level of Form 4, you find that we have over 800 students. So you find that those who have quality grades are quite a large number. That is not all. It means that the previous years, we still have a backlog.
Each year, we are not able to give more opportunities for these students. So that's a big challenge. We are young people who have not been able to get the opportunity to go to the universities.
We're trying to ensure that the resources that we actually get, we are able to support more students. We do this by working closely with universities to ensure that we are having on-site delivery of some of these courses closer to the refugees in the camps, and thereby reduce costs of sending children to school outside the camps.
If we had a chance to expand our scholarship model to accommodate students with skills, talents, then I think this will be a great achievement for the scholarship, and we shall also reduce these impediments that are created by the requirement for academic excellence only.
Dafacates is the students' organization body under Daffy. Every year there is an annual conference that is held for the Daffy students, and Dafacates comes in handy to help in the preparations of the conference, and more so to get feedback from the students on some of the topics or areas they would want handled during such a conference or during such a meetup.
Dafacates does a lot of things, especially during holidays. When we go for long breaks, we go back to the camps, and we conduct a lot of mentorship programs, especially for Dafacates, and we fund that one on our own. At the same time, we sponsor sports activities in the camps. It brought the communities together, because you know in the camps there are so many nationalities, diversity. Besides that, last year we bought a number of books and distributed them to secondary schools in the camps.
Without fear of contradiction, I want to say that DAFI scholarship facilitated my growth as an individual. I actually execute my studies to the best of my abilities. I've achieved my dream, and I'm now serving as a member of the staff in this university.
Now there are many alumni out there who got the knowledge through DAFI, and in the community we're seeing great impact.
The impact is there, the knowledge, the attitude of self-reliance is also there. When I finish the degree, go immediately to my motherland and take part in the reconstruction process.
I never knew I love that chance to go to university. In our clan, most of the ladies, after you are done with Form 4, you have to be married. Being a beneficiary of DAFI has helped me a lot, because I was able to escape that trap. I was able to pursue my studies, because I've been having the desire of pursuing my studies and being a role model to my sisters, those who are still in the camp.
One day I would like to go back to Burundi, my home country, so that I can contribute in developing my home country.
I was helped when I needed help, so I would obviously do the same for someone else. Despite the nationality, despite the religion, it pains not to go to school.
It could not that scholarship, I could not get the opportunity to study my university degree. So I could have remained, having my own secondary education and remain in the camps. I could not have this networking whereby I have now the ability to move to Somalia, work with the organization, be in Kenya as a student in Kenya, respected.
The program itself has really helped me understand what education is. It's enabled me to understand my potential, at the same time explore this potential and use this potential to enlighten my community and people around me, my family, my friends, and all the people who are vulnerable in the society.
You know, person with disability here in Africa, it seems like your productivity in the community, it is less. So the impact I acquired from this scholarship, they build me until the community now realize that this person is also like other people, is productive. Actually, when I was in college, the international students who are in that university, they sat together and they nominate me to be their representative because of the skill and the knowledge that I have acquired, not because of the physical appearance, but because of the skills.
I've come to appreciate that we have so many bright students who are refugees, and the only thing that can be given to them to empower them and even give them a fair playing ground is education. So to me, it's like if those funds are not there, then life stops, literally, because the future is not guaranteed. It's a big thank you to each and every person who has played a role in my education and even for the education of others who are part and parcel of this community.
شكرا دافي ikichogani yana fursa hii.
ومحسنتين دافي فرصة ICCN.
Murakoze cyane Daffy murakakanya.